Evening, it's me, Angie from Learn Love Tarot, to bring you messages of direction towards our best and highest good using the energies of the daily moon cycle and the planetary aspects surrounding us. This message is timeless as energy is cyclical. So, though not whenever you find the message is when you are meant to. Thank you in advance for sharing your energy with me by subscribing to the channel so that the messages align with you more energetically. And if you do find anything contained in today's message that resonates with you, please let me know that by hitting the like button. Leaving me a comment as well helps the channel grow. You can learn more about me, and the link to book a personal reading is on my homepage, and personal readings are back open. So thank you so much for being here with me. I appreciate you. You may notice a little bit of a difference here as far as location. I got all the way home. Hey, Miss Brandy, and set up my new motherboard because I haven't been there in a while, and went to start recording and realized I did not have my Elmo, which is with this guy here that you can see Angie hands on, and I also forgot my mic. So apparently that wasn't happening there today. Okay, Miss Peg, thank you so much. So it is the Life Path 6 day, and this is the path of freedom. We've got our angel number 519, and the link to my notes today, which are pretty extensive and very auspicious if you want to follow along with me. The link is in the chat and also in the description box if you're watching after the live. It is a 19 day, which, if the whole date adds up to a 19, is a special path of cycles. We do still have the energy of the sun, and we may see these cycles come into the reading today as well. Our sixth chakra is our third eye in the center of our forehead, and that is the violet flame energy. Now, what's cool is that today's date adds up to a 33, which is a master teacher number. So, 33 years ago was 1992. You may be 33, or someone in your life that this message may be for or relate to might be 33 years old. But that year was also a special path year, which was a path of connection. And that turns into a 3 year. And we're talking about a 33 day, a master number day. And 3 and 3 added together is the energy of the lovers, which is Gemini energy, which we enter tomorrow with the sun. And that governing body is the planet Mercury. Now, the sister energy to the lovers and their dualistic energy is this love, and the other side of love can be this fear here with the devil energy. Daddy Sati making his appearance, and that is the ruler of not only Capricorn, but also traditionally Aquarius. Okay, so our energy today is, I wrote down the weekly vibe because of yesterday's T-square of the lunar nodes with Jupiter energy there. It's major plot twists. And I got the song After Midnight. We're going to let it all hang down. That came out in October of 1970, October being a 10, or the Wheel of Fortune energy, turning the wheels of fate or destiny. And then 1 + 9 + 7 is the star energy with its sister energy of strength. Now, this could be our internal compass. Is it wavering, or are we on track here, guiding ourselves to our true north? Secondly, I had a second song of Sheryl Crow, If It Makes You Happy, It Can't Be That Bad. And the quote in that song that was in particularly coming to me was, I come around the hard way. So if you've been in a cycle of rinse and repeat, maybe it just took us a few times to get there, and that is okay. Now, what's also cool is on that single, the B side was I'm going to be a wheel someday. Wheel of Fortune energy connecting us back to that Eric Clapton After Midnight song. So, how cool is that? Now, we've got the energy of the sun today as two cobblers working at a table. So, two people working at the same table, working within the same space. And that's about respecting how somebody else does something, right? So, even though you're two separate cobblers with your two separate skill sets, you're creative in different ways, you're still joining at the table together in some way. Now, the sun is already hitting that anaretic degree, that 29th degree, which is a culmination of lessons, guys. So that is turning into a peacock parading on an ancient lawn. So for me, an ancient lawn, especially combined here with the lover's energy, those are dualistic energies coming into harmony for union and canceling out fears. Okay, so now we will have Daddy Saddy sextiling there tomorrow with the sun, and that is a synthesis of energy, and it is all about us fulfilling our desires. On the attachment, hey Puff, on the attachment that I've linked there in the comment box or the chat box, you'll see my second page of notes today. I rarely do a second page, but I wanted to give you an energy of what a T-square looks like in the sky. So if you look between here where your Aries placement in Venus is, and then you are looking at we'll get to that in a second, but the north node of destiny and the south node of karma, right? Past life energies. Right in the middle there, squaring off this energy is Jupiter, the planet of luck and abundance. And we did have Jupiter move over into the 26th symbol of Gemini, which is winter frost in the woods. And that's ridding ourselves of non-essentials. We find the truth in beauty. Okay, we find truth in beauty. Now, the trine between Mars and Venus energy, the divine feminine and divine masculine of the universe, of the cosmos, if you will. We're within a 1 degree orb today, and that energy will exact on May 22nd. And it feels pretty spicy to me. So there's going to be, we have changed, Venus has changed over into attainment energy and Aries, and Mars and Leo has changed to a noble status. So it's kind of like that Leo energy growing up and taking action. We have brownies dancing in the sun, and then also sunshine after a storm. So the last reading I did with you guys, I said last week that it felt like instead of the calm before the storm, that it was the storm, the calm, and then the sun shining through. And lo and behold, I feel like that's what energy is literally playing out here this week. Now, when I was looking, I was trying to find, I had a little, brain stall this morning because I hadn't had my coffee yet. And just could not, for whatever reason, think of the word freedom. So I flipped back and I landed on the exact page that I needed, which was another Life Path 6 day. And I happened to notice that we had our 33 energy there with just March the 12th. But what was the coolest thing was that that day contained a Saturn cazimi at 22 degrees, 5 minutes. And today, or when this energy exacts rather, it will exact on 522. So that is the mirror image 522. And then we had that Saturn cazimi at 22 degrees 5. So that is going to be that mirror energy, right, of the lover's energy, someone showing us who we are, or any one-to-one relationships. I wrote down, is the story becoming clear? Okay. So that Kazemi, I feel like that started some kind of a foreshadowing for us. So have a look back at your journal and see what was happening for you then to see if there's anything that can connect us here back to March 12th. Okay. That 33 energy. The Kashmir song was coming in strong. It was angel number 339 day. 3 times 3 is 9. So definitely this holy trinity of body, mind, and spirit coming through very strongly for me for not only just one of the energies, but for two of the energies. So I kind of want to see what's going on here with each side. Let's see what's going on with the divine feminine. What is going on with the divine feminine, and then we'll have a look at what is happening with divine masculine energy. So divine feminine, we've got, again, Venus at 13 degrees, 33 minutes when I took my notes this morning. And then Mars was at 14 degrees, 33 minutes as well. And lo and behold, Saturn, Daddy's Daddy, was at its anaretic degree of 29 degrees. But just go ahead and guess what the minutes are. They were 33. So lots of 33s happening here. Okay, let's get that energy for the divine feminine, please. And thank you. If it makes you happy, it can't be that bad, right? So don't let fear kind of cancel out where that joy is trying to lead you, so to speak. All right, right on the top, I'm asking for the divine feminine energy. 33 much, and I get this 6, and this is the cosmic womb, the divine feminine. Just wow. Okay. Now we've also got a second card coming out here, 38 being the number 11, if that resonates for you. Many masks, the authentic self. So divine feminine, whatever you were cooking up here is coming into fruition. And if it makes you happy to wear this new mask or to uncover and reveal perhaps what you've been cooking up, what's cooking good looking? We shall see. Now let's see what's happening with that Mars energy. Well, that was fast. All right. We've got the farther gate, a bold step forward. So again, I just said Leo energy is like it's stepping up to the plate. It's getting growed up. It's moving to nobility, right? It's moving into its king status. And we have another double number here, 55, double change, the farther step forward. So if something got close before for our divine masculine energy, and there's a 10, 55, and 10, perhaps the divine masculine is at a point where they are ready to take a deeper dive. Okay, let's see where we go here. Top is going to be the divine feminine energy. There's that 11 of justice, Queen of Wands, Aries energy again in Venus. Let's see what's happening hot stuff. What is that from? 16 candles. What's happening hot stuff? There is that Scorpio energy of that deeper dive. We do have Black Moon Lilith changing over to a new symbol and a new theme tomorrow. Let's see here. I did take a picture of my motherboard, which I'll post tomorrow. Oh, wow. So you're not going to believe this, but maybe you will. You'll see it pictured tomorrow. Look at where we're going tomorrow with Black Moon Lilith, guys. Deep sea divers right there. Bringing in balance by turning within to contemplate the nature of life and the inner self. I feel like this is where that masculine energy is going. The farther gate, the deeper dive. Okay. Wow, that is really cool. How about them apples as I turn over the Scorpio card? Yep, karmic crossroads. I included that in my write up today. It was a long one. So So crazy. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead. Let's see what's going on. Keep in mind, we all have divine feminine and divine masculine energies within each of us, our own yin and yang. And when those are out of balance, life can be out of balance. You can also consider the left side here of my board, divine feminine energy, with the right side of the board being the divine masculine or the cosmic energy surrounding us currently. All right, I just heard my 3, 2, 1. Hey, 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 Miss Kathy, welcome to the party. And High Priestess energy there. Beautiful energy. We are at that 29th anaretic degree of Pisces, which with that daddy saddy energy, it is the test, right? The ACTs, the SATs, the finals. This is something that you knew would happen all along, okay? And it's like we're moving from the dark to the light as well. Okay, let's see what you might know about, love, a love offer, or love finally on the move, getting ready to cross the waters. Okay, Hermit energy there, exploring at the top of that numerology ninth step, looking at all 8 steps that came before us and looking at what we are about ready to sow here, what we've reaped and planted and harvest, the harvest energy, getting ready to pick those, pick the fruits of our labor, so to speak. And that includes anything that we need to leave behind, any regrets. 5 of Cups is a very old hurts, okay? And then reconnect here to any, release and forgive and let go of any old dreams to make way for the new. Let's see where we go, guys. That was cards before the cut. So let's see what y'all are coming out as here. 9 of Wands, damn tired, exhaustion. Okay. And this is, like I said, an energy of completing a cycle, a karmic crossroads of sorts. We're ready to birth this baby and have something new rather than go around this cycle one more time, coming through a bit bruised and battered, perhaps from the cards before the cut, and releasing and letting go of any past dreams that are no longer viable. The situation has been coming slow, but whatever it is stable, and there's loyalty here connected to whatever this new opportunity is for passion. Sagittarian energy here, opportunity for, I said that fire energy, right? We've got Aries and Leo at the bottom of that trine, and that would be pointing toward Sagittarius energy. And there's the opportunity, Saggy energy there. And in the past, there may have been either a release or a pattern of third party energy, or maybe just even, celebrating maybe a little bit too much. That 9 of Wands, it is Monday, no judgment. You do what you want to do on a Sunday night. Maybe it's like a little bit of a hangover energy there. And yep, what the reading is all about here, the world energy. What cycle? What are we completing? What are we ending here? And near future. So that tower was in reverse. So I'll keep that in mind. By completing this cycle of whatever in the past this was, we are avoiding a tower. So remember, I said the tower already happened. We've had the calm or the slowness, and we're getting ready to step into the passion and the fire of the sun. Okay. In the past here, look at this celebration energy. So the happiest, this wish fulfillment here in reverse, the shadow side of 9 of Cups, also Piscean energy. We've got this 99 here, book ending. That can be a little bit of smugness or like, haha, I told you so energy. Keep in mind that even when cards come in reverse or in a block, that's the energy that is here. Turning something over on its head. This person is going head down. Both of them actually are face first, head down. Okay, and in reverse, that would be an easier jump to land on your feet if the feet were falling forward first. So again, keep in mind that did come out in reverse for this near future energy. It depends whether or not we are done with this cycle. What does Spirit want us to know here? Wow, today's energy right there. Don't let fear stop you from birthing whatever this is. Okay, don't let fear hold us back. Can't stop, won't stop. If it makes you happy, it can't be that bad, right? If it makes you happy, it can't, then why the hell are you so sad? It doesn't look like you're sad. It looks like you're just damn exhausted here from this cycle. There's the new leap of faith. So into the sun. So we've got the tower, the calm, and then the sun energy, fire energy here, bookending with this Aries new start. Daddy Sadie on Saturday starts its cycle in Aries. Hasn't been there for 30 years, I believe. Oh, another 3 and 0. Okay, another 3. Let's continue. Where's this going? There it is. Strength, energy, more fire. And yep, this is energy from the past coming into our present to affect our future. And there's a peace offering here with this new leap of faith and the sun energies. Let's see what is on the divine masculine side here with our deeper dive and our farther gate, our 55s coming out to a 10. There's that moon energy I wrote in my write-up about the moon. Are we going to continue here feeding into the wolf of fear or the dog of loyalty? There we see that black moon, Lilith energy coming up out of the water here because we're in Scorpio. And that is Cancerian the crab, but again, water signs are represented here in the major arcana, and we have those two energies that were either side of the high priestess. So this fear or this confusion, things aren't all the way clear yet, right? The baby is still inside the womb, whatever this project is, new relationship, maybe it's a renewal. We shall see, but the masculine energy is coming in as not quite clear yet. And remember, there's a need here to take a deeper dive, especially with Scorpio being in the symbol of deep sea divers coming out of this deep dive, coming out of the sea here. The second card coming out, fueling the Knight of Pentacles. Some unhappiness, perhaps, for quite a while here. And that is fueling something slow to come. So not happy with the emotions because they're unclear. We don't want to be unclear anymore. So this is a cycle that anything that is still confusing or kind of not for you, ask the question. It should not still be unclear at this point. It's the end of confusion here, the last energy of Pisces. This is about fulfilling our desire, and our masculine energy is going to have to go farther than it's gone before. That could be a divine masculine being having more required of them. And there's that sun energy again. Let me go ahead and give us some more room over here. More Leo energy coming here through the outcome, and that sun energy, that happiness is fueling the passion here of the divine feminine. So it's like the divine masculine energy had to get happy again. They had to get out of confusion. and figure out, well, what is their sun? What is their true north? Okay. Sunshine after a storm. In the recent past, this Page of Pentacles, maybe their offer was too small, and you said, come back when there isn't someone else here involved, or perhaps even, come back when it's more than just a friendship kind of energy. I need something more than that. So if this is kind of maybe a friends with benefits situation, perhaps that you need more clarity on, it feels like they wanted clarity as well, but they were stuck in their fears here. They were confused about what would make them happy. Okay, well, they're getting it now, because here's the actual offer. The offer is to end this cycle of confusion. They're not confused anymore. Well, okay then. Magician energy there. Sun moving into Gemini tomorrow. And that's all four aces of potential, this new beginning. They're no longer confused, no longer dissatisfied, no longer confused about their happiness. The block was balance here. Maybe there was some kind of, it was all about their happiness, and they weren't sure how to balance that with your happiness. Okay, we weren't sure if you're talking environmental energy here, you weren't sure how to harmonize or balance the external energies with what it is that you wanted. And what Spirit wants you to know is, yeah, it's over. And in this, in the traditional deck, the Sun tries to come up after this 10 of an ending, right? This is no more, what we already said here, no more confusion. The Sun is shining light on, hey, this was all just fear, right? Fear is just our mind. That is just a mental construct. Fear is leading that devil energy. That's what I said at the beginning. It just feels like it was just afraid, like making up stories, like thinking of all the worst case scenarios rather than, well, what about the best case scenarios? And in the outcome energy fueling this leap of faith, their happiness here, this new start, again, what kind of stabbed them here, what they may trying to be looking at the truth about their own Ace of Swords, is that they were the ones that didn't dive quite deep enough. They didn't make enough of a change for you to be interested yet. It had to be an actual offer. It's like, well, what do you actually mean here? What are the what's the basis of this contract? What are you actually offering? Queen of Wands, Aries and Scorpio energy. Speaking of deeper dive, they're looking into their own lack mindset of why they were even confused about happiness. It was literally their own fears here, just a fear. Could be addiction energy that's taken a long time to recover from. Sometimes people are just addicted to negativity, guys. As silly as that sounds, they don't know, they don't realize they're doing it. It has to be a complete change of mindset here. Another 9 that's fueling this past energy. This person, if there was third party energy in the past, the outcome energy is that they are now single. This person coming from the past to into your present to affect the future. If that's a person for you, again, they're offering this peace offering of the white lily here. Wow. Well, alrighty then. Let's get some clarity for you here. I want to see what's this passion here about this new start. Let's see. You're saying you have another 18 years before the amount of that tired. Oh yeah. With kids. Yep. Ooh, with the Empress energy afoot in Venus, yeah, I would say fire signs definitely get that base that Mars and Venus is pointing to Sag energy at the base. Woo! That could qualify. So, if you're of that age where that can still happen and you're open to that happening, great. We did get cosmic womb here for the divine feminine energy. So, just saying. Thank you, Peggy. Thank you for hitting that like button, guys. What's this new passion, a new start here? So, after some kind of pain, illness, heartbreak, this passion's been on pause. This new start has been on pause because of this fear energy. What's that crossed by? Yeah, the truth right here. Spirit wants you to know again, this is about to reset. The actual truth is setting the devil free here. Wow. And not only in the environmental energy is there a Queen of Wands, but here's the King stepping into that nobility energy. Okay, their truth. The Kings, much. There's the King of Wands, Leo energy, King of Cups, Scorpio energy, Queen of Cups. So now we have two divine couples here in the environmental energy supporting. We've got water and fire energy, so Venus and Mars energy. That's lovely. Passionate communication of healing. I no longer have this lack mentality, perhaps around just coupling up or balancing of energies or balancing their cup with you. Okay. This truth there coming in brings in the new start. So, guys, when someone has seen the light, so to speak, here of this hanged man energy, that was the whole goal of Pisces, right? The realization of faith was the last part of that theme. This could be, we see an awful lot of sun energy, could be a King of Wands person, someone who is, again, the chameleon energy, someone who has revitalized their energy, someone who is a natural leader, someone who is definitely turns your head when they walk into a room. And there's two kings here, though. So I don't know if they're coming in just because they heard that another king is here, offering you a cup. I would make sure what this actual offer is. What are the terms of this contract, especially if it had to do with any kind of third party energy. If this is two people for you in your past, that cycle is needing to end, or this tower is sitting here waiting to reset. Okay, I feel like it's time to choose here. It's time to pick. We can't keep going on in those same energies. Let's get some advice for all sign. Oh my gosh, look at underneath the deep diver. I just noticed the 44, a perfect storm, the courage to step into life. And look, there's that Uranus energy with the lightning bolt. Wow. Uranus and the sun just came together. And then under that, we've got Fool's Embrace, 22. All these double numbers still very auspicious. Transmuting pain. I have healed. All right. Let's see what we got here. Last day of Sun in Taurus. Go into Gemini energy tomorrow afternoon. And let's see, a peacock parading on an ancient lawn. That for me would be that King of Wands energy. They can certainly peacock their walk, so to speak. Last day, we're going to start with Taurus. Taurus, please. Advice for Taurus or what's going on with Taurus. Take it any way that resonates for you. Dragons, slay them all. And look at that for our 6th day. We've got the 6 energy here, life path 6. There's that sword of truth that was clarifying the enlightenment and our newfound passion. There's an excitement over slaying old dragons. Okay, and that can be our own, again, masculine energy, taking action and issuing in this new start. That's beautiful. All right, what about for Gemini? Another dragon and the ravens. I know, I love those ravens. Okay, what about there's Gemini energy there? Okay, 41, another 5, a path of change here, sundress. Do it for you. So these mountains you have climbed, and there was something about in the Sabian symbols about a winter thaw, right? Okay, wow. Beautiful, beautiful energy, Gemini. I like the dualistic energy there. I forget what that skin condition, that pigmentation is called. I remember watching America's Next Top Model, and she was just so cool. I love interesting when people look very interesting. I just find that intriguing. Like that is what makes someone beautiful to me, is when they look very unique. Okay, so this is a change, Gemini, that you're doing for you, yourself, and no one else. Stepping into that Gemini sun tomorrow there with that magician energy, all 4 aces of potential, barring we don't repeat whatever cycle you are just completing. Going to be different for everyone. Look at 29 degrees Pisces in your chart. Hey, Ash. You've been getting a lot of those too. Yeah. I heard someone else talking about dragons. Now I can't remember where were dragons coming up. I mean, I know we went from the year of the wood dragon to the year of the wood snake, but I feel like I'll see if I can remember who that was. Cancer energy. Let's see what's up for Cancer. Yeah, dragon energy. Slay them all. And I love that she was holding that sword, because that came out with that 3 of swords. 3 swords and 1 sword is 4 swords of healing. Cancers, forgiveness, even if you don't love them anymore. No more rotten tomatoes. I love me a clawfoot tub. So growing your garden wherever it is that you are planted here. If the only place you can grow a garden is in your bathroom with all that steam, then you know what? You still got to have that beautiful growth happening regardless. And we cannot grow if we don't dive deep enough, matching up with that 10. We don't go far enough diving into what actually needs to be forgiven here, matching that 10 energy. And then tuning into that 1 energy, or coming down to that magician when you add 1 and 0. All right, what about for Leos? Leo energy, 21, which is a 3. Clover, release your guilt, Leo. Let it go. Fired up. I drew a fire with that trine energy all around the base of Mars and Venus. So release your guilt. Okay, maybe again taking a sign from the sign before you, Cancers. Maybe it's forgiveness of your own self. There's another 5 there with that 14. Maybe that was the missing puzzle piece. Temperance. Sagittarian energy, weave together the crown you deserve. Okay. Every rose has its thorn, right? Okay, let's look at Virgo. What's the Virgo energy here? Advice for Virgo, please, and thank you. I just heard 3, 2, 1 again. and 1. Apparently, we want to take off the top for that one for Virgo. All right, Virgo, another sword, make the change. I don't know if it's a simple aesthetic change, but it's saying make the change, cutting something off, something that's taken quite a while, or maybe you're quite attached to it, Virgo. Make the change. What about for Libra energy? Advice for Libra, please. Libra energies, please, and thank you. Got a flipper. Libra 15, garden. Something lovely will grow from this. Look at all these swords, guys. That Gemini energy coming through strong with the sun tomorrow, right here in the environmental energy. 15 is also our energy here of the devil. Okay, something lovely will grow from that tower, from ending this cycle, this new leap of faith, your own balance, balancing out past karma here. All right, let's look for Scorpio. The deeper diver, Lilith in her symbol of deep sea divers, bringing in balance by turning within to contemplate the nature of life and the inner self. Of course, Scorpio got to be extra. All right, there's the 22 energy, the puppet here energy of this devil, this temptation, perhaps energy. This is take control of your own narrative. You don't have to be chained to this past energy, okay? Scorpio, in addition, potion, remember to practice self-love. I love this card. It says basic witch. It's so cute. Remember to practice self-love when you're taking control of your own narrative. And oh my gosh, 22 and 33, what I was talking about in my notes today, in my write-up. Nostalgia, focus on the here and now. And there's Daddy Sadie right there in the background with a spaceship. Focus on the here and now. Come back down to earth. Maybe a little bit of grounding. Maybe you've taken this deeper dive here and you're coming back up for air of some sort. All right. Let's look at Sagittarius. What's going on with Sagittarius here, perhaps for this new leap of faith or what's coming into balance? At 9 of Cups, we want to turn that frown upside down. It's like I've got a lot to be thankful for, and I'm just not. Again, I feel like it's just like I am too exhausted to even feel happy. I used to celebrate, right? Okay, Sagittarius, top card, Sun. Paint the sun back into your sky. I'm just too tired. Justice is coming, it looks like here, Sag, as well, underneath that 27 card. And she's got a sword and a bat here on the other side. There was something. Let me see if I can remember what that was. It was something about, it was a difference between, it was one of the Sabian symbols, the difference between swords and wands. Like the swords and wands are battling it out. Okay. And underneath that, I'm going to put these back in. There's the mirror energy I was talking about with that trine pointing to Sag. The mirroring energy, treat your body like the palace it is. There's a situation we need to swim away from, a cycle that needs ending. Again, that trine energy of Venus and Mars pointing right up to Sagittarius. Fueling the fire for this. Confidence comes with time and practice. Another sword here on her bag. Wow. Okay, I'm going to put those 3 back in the mix. Justice is coming, Sag. This balance is coming. That trine of energy, that third leg, energy's balancing out. After Sag, we're moving into Capricorn. Cappies, what's up for Capricorn here? Power card showing up. Running with the devil, perhaps here, having too much fun, maybe in the past. Wow. All right. So, feather. Think first before you judge. Think first before you judge. That's a 26. There, that's that light as a feather, stiff as a board energy there. And then we've got tree. Let them go. That moon energy, if someone is confused, again, make sure you understand the terms of the contract. What exactly is on offer here? Okay. What exactly is on offer? Make sure so that that you don't get burned by this energy. Ask, right? Think first before the judgment, but just make sure you know what is exactly on offer. And because it might be coming from a place of hurt, or they're getting ready to step into the truth of their own mindset, which they haven't done before. All right, let's look at Capricorn, then Aquarius. Oops, I got a heart on the floor here, Capricorn. Yeah. Or fire. 9. How's that for a happily ever after? So perhaps if Capricorn, if you do repeat this cycle again, or you're giving the middle fingers to this old cycle and you're like, no more, because that offer is not that until that offer is clear, what are you supposed to do with that? All right, happy. All right, Aquarius. These are big cards. Dang, I like big cards and I cannot lie. They're flying all over the place. Give me 2 seconds. Now that came right when we're trying to get into Aquarius. So Pluto is in retrograde right now, meaning that is internal exploration. So wherever Aquarius is in your chart might feel kind of like a hot mess, or like things are falling apart, perhaps. Pluto is going to be in the symbol for a hot minute of a Hindu healer, understanding the necessary lessons that heal ourselves of distortions of light, these fears. Aquarius. I got a 3, 2, 1. 2. Who else had the 3, 2, 1? Right here on the top here. Lavender, surround yourself with love. We've got the 19 energy of today, this transformation, this new beginning. Okie dokie, Aquarius. What about for Pisces? Pisces, Aquarius, maybe energy, or Pisces here. There's the High Priestess energy. Lioness, you've earned all your stripes. And 29, slow down and celebrate yourself. All this is about rest. So Aquarian energy there, I feel like those were meant to, like if it feels like chaos, slow right down, okay? Slow right down. Pisces energy. Who's wanted to be seen? All right, Pisces, advice for Pisces here. Scorpios do not make things easy. I know, right? They gotta show up and dive the deepest. Okay. Pisces. All right, escapist, come home to yourself, a 32, which is a 5 energy. Those are going along here. I said kind of moving from Aquarius to Pisces. That's that bridge. So of this transformation, a need to come home to our own selves. The last lesson here. Daddy Saddy, I would like to know where everybody's 29 degrees Pisces is. And last but not least, Aries. I got a whole new start right here. Up, storm. Every hurricane comes to an end. And we've got the 44 energy. And we had the 44 here, a perfect storm, the courage to step into life after this storm is ending. The storm, the lull, and then the sun. Beautiful, guys. I like those synchronicities. Very nice. Well, thank you so much for joining me in my unusual filming circumstances. I'm glad you guys were here with me to do that. And do check out my notes and let me know if you see anything within them, whatever you see first, or anything that you get an intuitive hit on. Feel free to jot it down in your own journals because there's something there for you. So, Peg, your 10th house starts at 24 degrees. So that's going to be your MC as well. So then you have an 11th house ending there, something regarding, well, if 24 starts the 10th, you're going to be ending in Pisces in your 10th, career and public image. And then you'll have a new start in that same house as well, if you're talking Placidus. Love you too, guys. Thank you again so much. You're so very welcome. And with that, I'll end us at 50 minutes, 55 seconds. And bye-bye for now. Much love from my heart to yours. Bye-bye.